Okay, real question. You're doing everything right to your hair. Weekly deep conditioning, oiling your scalp, trying the products that everyone swears change their life, and somehow your hair is still not retaining length. If that's you, I'm going to tell you exactly why.
And no, it's not because your hair is not growing.
Let's talk a little bit about my natural hair journey. So, my natural hair journey started when I was in my early 20s. And I remember during this period of time, I felt like this was when the natural hair community was just starting to go live and YouTube was relatively new. There was starting to be a lot of information about how to do your natural hair, what to do, what products to use, all of the things. And I remember my mindset in my early 20s at that time was that I wanted to grow my hair. So I dedicated myself. I got into the mindset that I was going to make it happen. I remember going to YouTube and Curly Nickies, and I was literally soaking up all the natural hair information that I could. I was low-key obsessed, y'all. I remember even on Saturday mornings, I would get up and I would get my coffee and I would sit at the table with my laptop and I would watch all the YouTube videos that I had missed for the week. And usually that was Natural 85, the natural hair ladies that were real popular at the time. And I would watch all these videos about how to grow your hair to kind of educate myself so that I could learn how to do my hair. And at the time, I was a straight hair natural. I've never had a perm. And I've always been lucky enough to have really thick hair and to have a decent length of hair. It was usually shoulder length. I've had some period of times where it was a little longer than shoulder length, but I always had a nice, decent head of hair. It was just the length piece that I wanted. Well, after watching all these videos, I went and bought 1,000 different hair products. And my routine had 13,000 steps. I was pre-pooing, I was co-washing, I was deep conditioning, and I was adding extra things to my deep conditioner. I would purchase a deep conditioner, put some olive oil in it. I mean, the amount of extra that I was doing. But I was literally obsessed with this goal of having longer hair. I kept this up for like 6 months or so. And I remember thinking, looking at my hair, and I'm like, it had grown. My hair was a lot healthier, but I wasn't seeing the growth that I thought I should be seeing, because based off my research, your hair grows a half inch a month. And I'm like, it's been 6 months. I do not have 3 inches worth of hair, like extra. So obviously I'm doing something wrong. I remember being so frustrated that I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go extreme on this. I am just going to protect his style, and not with added hair. I'm just going to put my hair in twists, and I'm going to wear a little headband, slick back my edges. I'm just going to pin the twists, and I'm going to wear my hair back for the next 6 months, I think it was. And at the time, this was a big commitment for me because I was in my early 20s. So I'm dating. I work a corporate job. I'm the receptionist. So in my mind, my appearance mattered in that way. And to me, I didn't feel cute. I didn't think I was turning any heads looking like that. I used to work at a company and I was the only Black girl there, and I was the receptionist. I felt so ugly going to work every day with my hair pinned up like that because my hair had always been like flat ironed and, straight. And so it just felt like a different identity or something to me. But I'm like, you know what? I'm dedicating myself to 6 months and we're going to see what we get. When 6 months ended, y'all, my hair was significantly longer. And that was the day that I realized I didn't need all the extra products. I did not need all the extra steps in my routine. My hair just needed rest. And that is the framework that I've taken with me throughout my life in the periods where I want to go through a growth season. I continued to do this method for, I think, another 6 months. And I was at the point where I had the longest hair that I had ever had. And I moved to Denver at that point. You didn't tell me nothing. I felt so cute, y'all. My hair is finally where I want it to be. I was feeling good. And again, I started to wear my hair out all the time. I was styling it. I was flat ironing it. I was doing curl formers a lot. I was wearing my hair all the time. And true enough, what started to happen, my hair started to break off because I was consistently manipulating it. I was constantly putting heat in it. Even when I was doing natural styles, I wasn't keeping up with the moisture. I was not taking care of my hair. And I was losing all the progress that I had made before I had moved. And it reminded me that I have to go back to the principles that I had all those years ago. You have to let your hair rest in order for it to grow. And so I went back into those protective styles for a season. And every single year, my hair grew and grew and grew and grew. And even now, I had a baby almost a year ago now. And even through postpartum shedding, even through my low iron, because I found out during my pregnancy that I had low iron, and even still now, after the baby, I still have low iron. Even with shedding so much hair, even though I've lost some thickness to my hair has still been able to grow significantly. And I've still been able to maintain that length. And that was all because of the principles of doing less but better for your hair. Most hair advice would tell you that you need more products, you need more steps in your routine, that you need to do more. I have always been the girl that's telling you to do less. If you want to see hair growth very, very quickly, the best thing you can do is let your hair rest and breathe. You would not work out 7 days a week without giving yourself at least one rest day, right? So why do we treat our hair differently, where we're always styling it, where we're always having our hands in it? Why wouldn't we allow our hair the opportunity to rest? Even now that I'm in a stage where I've been wearing my hair straight for a bit and kind of been having a little bit more fun with it, I know that in periods of time where I am straightening my hair or manipulating my hair or doing more to my hair, that I also have to follow it up with rest. And I have to give my hair a couple of months of having some time off, of being tucked away, of being able to breathe without the constant manipulation and styling and my hands in it all the time. And that's the only way that I'm going to keep healthy, beautiful hair. Your hair already knows how to grow. And if going from short hair to long hair has taught me anything, it is that your hair knows what to do. It's literally its job. You just have to stop interfering with it and let it rest and breathe to be able to do so. This is what I call the less but better framework. And no, this is not about neglect. This is about strategy. The goal is finally keeping the hair that grows out of your head. And this framework is built on 3 things. First is health. What's happening internally matters, period. Your hair reflects your body. You can't oil your way out of low iron. You can't deep condition your way out of postpartum hormones. You can't mask chronic stress with leave-in. This stuff shows up in your hair whether you like it or not. The second thing in this framework is all about your products. What is actually touching your hair and scalp? Does it cause buildup? Does it create more problems than it solves? Can you actually wash it out? Because if you can't remove it easily, if you got to wash your hair 3 times to get all the products out, it's probably not helping you as much as you think it is long term, no matter how viral that product is. And the third one, and this is the most critical part of this framework, and it's the one that people skip. You have to give your hair rest. Fewer styles, less manipulation, longer stretches of just letting your hair be, because rest is actually going to be where your retention happens. And I understand that this approach is really hard for people because the hair industry is really built on interference. If you're constantly being told your hair needs fixing, your routine needs to be upgraded, your products need to be replaced, then slowing down and doing a little bit less feels wrong, it feels slow. But the reality is that most people don't have a growth problem, and a simple product is not going to fix your growth problem. People have a patience and interference problem. People are not patient enough to actually see the growth and to take their hands out of their hair and let their hair be. We expect hair to thrive under constant pressure, and that's just not the reality of the situation. This is not do nothing, hope for the best, or ignore your hair, or throw away all your products. It's simply me just reminding you all that we need to remove unnecessary steps, doing fewer things, but doing the right things consistently. Hair growth is not a hustle, y'all. It's a long game, a very, very long game. So if you're interested in learning more about that framework, I'll link it in the description. But otherwise, please take heed to what I'm saying, y'all. Just let your hair breathe. Let your hair be. Rest. Let it be tucked under. Because I guarantee you, if you let your hair rest and breathe, it will grow. If you're interested in the Less But Better framework to help you grow healthier hair, it is linked below. Please check it out, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.